what's up, good people? It's your boys, Beards of War, back again. Got myself, Thick Nick Fury. You got Scorched Earth over there. We got FBI for President is out there saving the world behind the computer screen. We retired, but we haven't retired from doing what we do. So we got Hey Captain Jack behind the scenes helping us out once again, and we're gonna do a review that's not so happy. That's gonna be Happy Gilmore 2. If you guys have not seen it, it's playing on Netflix, and hmm, I really don't know where to go from there. But if you are an Adam Sandler fan, you may have enjoyed this. If you're someone that's kind of like, I can take it or leave it, it's probably one of those leave it's. This is like one of those revivals that we just didn't ask for, or did we really seem it necessary? Um, we're gonna get into it, and like I said, man, this is Happy Gilmore. If you're familiar with the classic 1996, right? I think it came out originally.
Yeah.
And it was great at that time. Great, and it's kind of like, all right, some comedy does transition over time. This to me just wasn't one of those moments. Not to say you can't really have that type of comedy, but this just didn't transition well for me. We have an advanced age Happy Gilmore, and he's got a family now, and then of course, like in the beginning of the movie, like accidentally kills his wife with a golf ball, starts drinking, and it kind of goes a little bit south from there. But let's get into it. What did you think, Scorch?
Yeah, man. For you Gilmore fans out there, I mean, I like some of his stuff, stuff over the years, but yeah, you guys are probably disappointed, if I'm being honest. This was definitely not one we needed or really, really wanted to see or enjoyed. At least in my opinion, it didn't need to be made. They should have left it alone. The 96 one was great. It was fun. It was new. It's kind of a fresh, take on golfing movies. It was a good movie. But this one, man, come on. So, kind of like we have in our thoughts, we're back with yet again another winner. Not so much. And I mean, they did do one thing right with this, right? It went straight to streaming because this didn't it? Yeah, it went straight to streaming because it would no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. So
No.
yeah, basically, it was a like you mentioned, man, it was a sequel nobody really kind of asked for. And that first one was good, but apparently somebody in the studio thought it'd be a great idea to have Sandler running around in cargo shorts, yelling at golf balls, but he's just a little slower, a little older, and a whole lot
Right.
less charm. Like you said, he was in, at, what did he call it? Not even alcohol, an alky,
Yeah,
an
Alki.
alky. They might have
Yeah.
an alky, alky
Everything with a
anonymous.
flask. And that joke got
The
old kind of
remote,
fast.
the
Like the
plot.
cucumber,
It was
like the
like
golf ball. Okay, I get it, dude. I get it. But
the
it
golf
like the
club
jokes were very just like overdone. Like his family, his boys were a little too like over the top for me. It's like, okay, man, like
every minute.
everything was just too high energy, maybe. I get it, you're trying to bring maybe some notoriety to the golf game, but I don't know too many people who are into golfers like that where you're excited to see them on screen. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there is. I mean, not to say it against anybody, but um, I would rather see, honestly, if I were to see anything, I'd rather see like a water boy too. Like I would love to see that, to be honest with you, Adam. If you're gonna do another movie, like go ahead and
Please
do
don't.
like water boy or something. Do
Please don't do
something.
that.
But yeah,
Don't
this
don't
this
don't do
one,
anything. How
don't
about
do
just don't
anything.
do anything?
Take some time
Because
off. Enjoy
yeah,
your family because they were all
yeah,
in the movie.
exactly.
So he's keeping everybody employed. I mean, you got like Kevin Nealon was in this. They brought a lot of old faces back. Ben Stiller. You had Bad Bunny playing like the caddy. It was just kind of weird. It was like all over the place.
What's the guy that did the sports commentator?
Um,
Alan A or what?
I know you had John Daly. I mean, you had
No,
a lot
no,
a lot of people in
black,
this.
yeah, the black guy that was a commentator. He's known for being outlandish.
Oh, Stephen
Um,
A. Smith. Yeah,
Stephen A. Yeah, Stephen
yeah,
A. Smith.
Stephen
And like
A.
they had random
Steve
like
Buscemi, Eminem. I mean, I don't know.
old boy.
Maybe he had a bet
They
with people. Hey man, I'll put you in a movie. I
they got
don't
a
know
talk show. It's
which one.
what's his because they're always on there talking about like P. Diddy and everybody. Like Mace and the other guy got a oh, what's his name? I'll remember. I should know his name. But he's on there with his other co-host, which is a female. Just like a whole bunch of random. people who are like internet influencers to some, varying degrees, and it it didn't make sense. And it was all kind of the movie was all focused around him coming back from being an alcoholic so that he could send his daughter off to a ballerina or a ballet school in France that costs 75K a year. So that was the sole purpose of him coming out of retirement and playing golf.
Right.
And of course they'd have like the ghost of his wife would pop up and cheer him on every once in a while, be in his dreams. But that was the premise of the movie. Send his daughter to an expensive college in France. And they kind of relied on some of the old gimmicks like the fake hand. They had up in the sky, kind of a hodgepodge of like his wife, Eminem, who had just recently died, Barker, as if they were kind of rooting him on, but still, with anger towards him at the same time. And he teams up with Shooter McGavin, and it was bad. I mean, to me, it was, it lacked really any decent CGI. Not that you have to have CGI, but it wasn't that good. And it was kind of like a mix between the Polar Express, Weekend at Bernie's, and Dodgeball, but without any of the comic relief, or even being written really well.
Right. Or just being funny, like generally being funny. Like I said, if you're a fan of golfers, maybe you got excited to see, like a few golfers like Jack Nicklaus, John Daly, like, oh wow, they're alive. Great. But they all look the same. I'm not even, I don't know if I should say it like that. But if they once they put on the hat and the golf shirt, they all look alike. Like I couldn't tell one from the other. But I guess, like I said, for someone who's into golf, who knows about golf, this is probably your, you know, good, you know, cameo movie for sports, for
Cameron,
golf.
sorry,
Oh
Cameron and
yeah,
Mace do a
yeah.
podcast.
There you go. Okay,
So
all right.
Cameron was in there.
But yeah, man. I mean, for me, the movie just wasn't that funny. Honestly, I'd rather watch a Korean soap opera with no closed captioning. Like I just couldn't get into this, man. Like I'd rather just look at the lips and see guess what they're talking about. But this just wasn't funny for me. And Adam Sandler, like I said, there's a couple movies I really love of his. The original Happy Gilmore, like I said, was good. I like The Wedding Singer. I love The Water Boy. It was silly. And those were silly, movies back in those times. So now it's kind of a silly movie, but it's just like, I don't know. Just for me, it just didn't really do it. But it was, cool bringing back some old faces, some old friends of his, I'm sure. I got to see Robidoux, like I said, from Water Boy in there, or his little cameo appearance. That's the only thing that really I was kind of excited about. I know they had a role for Carl Weathers in this, and unfortunately, since he passed, they had to kind of, you know, um, go left
Rewrite
on
it.
that. But I guess for what it was, for people who are really nostalgic or looking for it, 'cause I know some people did enjoy it. Like I did read some reviews of people enjoyed it. Maybe it was like I said, just the fact that they just love Adam Sandler movies. Maybe that's kind of timeless. Some comedy is timeless, some not so much. But this one, yeah, it's kind of like Axel F. Like when that came out with Eddie Murphy, it was like, okay, do we need this? No, but it was cool to see. You bring back the guys from the original, Beverly Hills Cop. You know what I'm saying? So, outside of that, there's nothing really positive I can really say about the movie. And I don't want to dump on it, but this wasn't a great one for me.
Yeah, I'm just happy it was done. I'm done watching it.
Yeah,
It was
those
not good.
hours I can't get back. All right, so man, you want to move on, man? You want to move on to these recommendations?
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So we're gonna go with mine, huh? All right. So kind of staying in that same vein. If you guys didn't like this, you'll love this one. Happy Gilmore, the original, right? 1996. You can watch it on YouTube and I think Google Play Movies, maybe a couple other places. You're gonna have to pay for it like $4, but to be fair, if you haven't seen it, pay the $4. Watch this one and don't watch the second one. This movie was great. And the premise of this one, if I'm not mistaken, was, he was kind of a washed up hockey player. Was always causing problems, starting fights, whatever. Just wasn't good at, good at hockey. But he found out that he could drive golf balls. And his grandmother lost her house to the IRS. So he was that was his goal was to kind of recoup that and get the money, the winnings and everything. And he shined in this, right? So this was the Happy Gilmore. It started there and it should have ended there. It was perfect and beginning and ending to the Gilmore saga, if you will, in my opinion, and just a great movie all around. And it had Bob Barker in it, the actual Bob Barker, and it had Carl Weathers in it. And it was great. It was great with the wooden hand thing and seeing the wooden hand again in the second. It was just stupid. But that one, the first one was I thought it was a phenomenal movie. Great movie. You guys should check it out.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like I said, so like Adam Sandler, you love him or you hate him. But yeah, Happy Gilmore, that was the original was a good one. Now, just because I'm recommending this doesn't mean I necessarily thought it was good, but uh it's again, we're in the vein of who asked for another one. And I'm gonna go with War of the Worlds, 2025 Netflix starring Ice Cube, Eva Longoria, and Clark Gregg. Those are probably the only people you're gonna recognize in this movie. And we all kind of, if you've seen War of the Worlds, especially the one of the later ones or the more popular or famous ones would be one with Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. Um, where the aliens come down from outer space and they get into pods in the ground and they come up and they start terrorizing people and just evaporating people and stuff like that. And people are trying to escape and all that stuff. These particular aliens had a different mission in mind. That was to steal data. So yeah, the aliens who have the technology to travel through space came all the way here to collect data, if that makes any sense. They were like, I mean, decimating the world. Like they're all around all different countries. They're taking out satellites, but yet and still, cell phone interruption wasn't interrupted. There was no cell phone interruption. He was able to contact his kids. Ice Cube was working at DHS behind a computer. He's like, "Oh, what's going on?" All it is him going back and forth between his son, his daughter, his daughter's fiance, his coworkers, trying to figure out what's going on. And you find out like Clark Gregg is the mastermind behind the Goliath, which is like this data based storage that the aliens are focused on. So it was just like really like
Why do the aliens need our data?
why?
And if they were
Right.
so advanced, couldn't they just hack it through like the universal Wi-Fi? Like
Simply put.
just steal it
And this
through
is
our
why it's like
satellites?
this made no sense at all. And they were taken down by an Amazon delivery and a drone. So I'm just gonna that's all I'm gonna say. If you want to see the movie, check it out. It is one of
I'm
those
watching Happy Gilmore 2 again.
if it's like if you want to see a train wreck, just watch Waterworlds. I mean, it was like one of those like, okay, yeah, this could have just not been made and we would have been fine. Or like I said, if you want to go along that route, call it something different. Like you don't have to go War of the Worlds if you just want, you know, data stealing entities or something like that. Like it didn't land. It didn't make sense. I don't like what could we possibly offer aliens for like what data for what? Like what do you know how stupid we are? Like just go on YouTube or freaking like Instagram. Like you'll find out in 2 seconds how dumb we are down here. You don't want any of this. So other than that, uh I wouldn't recommend seeing it, but if you have some free time, you want to kind of like just see how bad it is. Like it's one of those movies like, well, let me see how bad it is for myself. And you like Ice Cube, support Ice Cube, check it out. Other than that, man, I don't really have much. I don't really have much this week, man. This was a troublesome one. So Rambo, this one's for you, man. We took the bullet for you. You owe us. All right.
And like, look, all I got to say to that is Ricky. That's all I got for that. For those of you who know,
You
you
know.
know.
Yep. All right, man. So, with all being said, man, I thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like, subscribe, and come back and join. Let us know. Like I said, if you watched it, you liked it, let us know. Like we're open to back and forth. We're open to everyone's opinions. But we love doing what we do because we enjoy watching movies. We enjoy discussing it with each other and with you guys. So, until next time, Thick Nick Fury out here.
Scorched out of here.